This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, sponsored by a live credit union.
I just get vibing to that song sometimes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Action Sports Jax 24/7 studio. I am Stuart Webber. That is Louis Llerandi, and we are here to talk some Fleet.
And some footy. Sorry, I didn't know you were setting me up.
I didn't tell you I was going to do it. I just like to throw a little curveball here and there. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday so far and enjoying as we get closer to the weekend. Or if you were off the last 2 days, like me, happy Monday, because that's essentially what this is for me, is the start of the work week. And there's no better way to start the work week than hanging out with Louis Llerandi.
Oh, I love that.
Lou, how you been, man? How's this last week been for you? You've kind of had a chance to decompress a little bit.
A little bit decompressing, but we still had to wrap up, the tidings on the season, send the boys away, unfortunately, say our goodbyes.
There weren't any other going away parties that I wasn't informed of, were there? No, just
there
the
weren't.
one.
It was just us.
Just the one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It was just that one.
All right. But everyone has gone their separate ways. It's kind of cool. Like we follow them on Instagram, so you kind of see as they proliferate across the United States. I think I saw that Paul was at the Grand Canyon. Paul Danner.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the guys. Luckily we follow them on Instagram and stuff, so I'm able to see when these guys are playing their college games, and I always love to tune in on ESPN Plus and see who's up to what, especially on the women's side now as well, as these girls start to commit to top tier colleges. Yeah,
definitely. So keep an eye on that for our players who had a great summer season here in Jacksonville. Had some great development. Also, still keeping an eye on the tournaments that continue after we depart. They're down to 4 now in the NPSL, so I've kept an eye on that. Hickory FC knocked off Lubbock. They're going to host Ristosi FC. Ristosi. Is
it like Italian?
I don't know.
Are they out of New Jersey or something?
I don't know.
Italian influence?
I want to say D.C.
Okay.
D.C. Baltimore area. So that's one semifinal, and once again, Hickory brought forth a great crowd as they hosted Lubbock and won on a late regulation goal, 1-0. So clearly the South has been tightly contested in its 2 matchups. Meanwhile, El Farolito, despite being the number 1 overall seed and just romping over their competition as they were expected to do. I did tune into that match for a little bit, by the way. It was on Facebook. It was in Spanish.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty different.
Yeah, and so I wanted to it was funny because he was the announcer was they'd pop up on the screen any comment that showed up in the chat. And I wanted to say just go Armada. Something like that, but it was just I don't know how well that would hit with the audience. I don't know. The team they were playing, it looked like they had just gone by Dick's Sporting Goods and grabbed the jerseys right beforehand. It was like an off the rack kit that they were wearing. I don't know.
Basic blank. Was there any badge on it or anything?
Maybe there was a badge. If the badge is Adidas, I don't know. One of those type things. They won 4-1, so they won the West, but they don't get to host. Due to, I'm guessing, the travel considerations, although at this point, one of the teams would have to go out there anyways, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How it would work.
So the Michigan Rangers will host El Farolito in the other semifinal. For those NPSL sickos, as we say, the ones who are keeping up even after your team's been eliminated.
Well, and for the WPSL sickos.
That one's over, right?
Yeah, I tuned in. It was on YouTube this time.
Okay.
Sporting Connecticut defeat WPSL stalwart, really, California Storm 4-0.
Oh.
It was quite the performance. Sporting CT was the dominant team the entire matchup, but it was cool to see the WPSL in that setting at Oklahoma State University.
Okay.
Nice field over there. Good matchup.
Go Pokes.
Yeah.
The Pokes. Cowboys and Cowgirls. Mascot, Oklahoma State.
Pokes.
They say go Pokes.
I didn't know that. Pokes.
It's also the coach I could channel now and do the I'm a man, I'm 40. As I am a man and I'm 40. So there you go. Good start to the show, Lou. Let's you want to jump into our This Week in Armada history? Unfortunately, we're kind of dry on Armada things to talk about. Now, in the coming weeks, we're going to kind of do some season recappy stuff. We're going to bring on the coaches and talk to them about the seasons that were, a little bit of deep dives into some of the players, and we'll get into all of that here in the coming weeks. We're just kind of in that end of summer kind of dead zone. I know everybody in Jacksonville is all revved up right now because training camp started up for the Jaguars yesterday, so a new season to follow. Meanwhile, the world of soccer never stops. As it is constantly going on. Today in the show, we're going to get to the Women's Euro as it's down to 2. I think you might have correctly predicted who the 2 would be.
I did.
You're wearing the jersey of one of the 2.
I am.
You are clearly in favor of one of the 2 teams.
España.
Here's your jersey.
The Hamby cam.
Well, no, it's the Lewis cam.
But
it's not mine, brother.
But presented by Hamby.
Okay, he's your presenting sponsor. Go ahead. I'll talk while you show off this España ladies jersey. So this is the FIFA Women's World Cup Champions jersey from 2023. It gets its own badge.
Yes, it does.
And now a star above the crest.
Star above the crest.
They're first.
Yeah, the women now match the men. Both sides have won one World Cup each. The women are looking to do what the men did maybe about a decade ago, where they won the
World Cup with the Euro.
Yep, and they're kind of dominating right now. It's they had their first matchup where it went beyond the 120 or beyond the 90-minute mark, and England's had a few of those now. So it was interesting to see if Spain could actually withhold the strength of the Germans, because the Germans have been to, I believe, 9 finals.
Now, I did a little back researching on this. Many of those finals came when it was a 4-team tournament.
Yeah.
It was the early days. It was 4 teams. It has slowly grown over the years. So, yes, Germany has been the dominant nation when it comes to the women's Euros, but put a little asterisk next to that, if you will. Back to the jersey. I like the overall look of the jersey. I don't like the gold centrally located championship crest.
Yeah.
Like, you already have a crest, and now we're throwing on slap an extra logo on there to make Lewis pay an extra $30.
No, it was. I think this was the same price. I think.
You think so?
I bought it a little bit ago, so maybe not.
I don't think it probably was.
But I think it's cool. This country gets to wear like a badge of honor for the next 4 years until the next World Cup comes. I think it's a little bit different. What we'll talk about a little bit is that Chelsea get a Club World Cup badge in the center of their jersey for the next 4 years. It's a little bit more egregious, I think, than this, especially because this is like champions of the world. You don't get this for being European
it looks
champions.
It looks exactly like that.
No,
one, by
that
the
was
way.
a little bit,
circular one.
Big circle. It's like the one that I had on my arm, but a little bit crazier, I think.
Like the trophy is a big giant circle.
The circle of life trophy.
Show me what's on the sleeve of this jersey.
Nada.
Okay, that's where you put it. That's where you put the commemorative badge.
It makes sense.
You don't put it central in the middle there. I don't know.
I mean, I like it. Sure.
Okay. If you like it, that's nice. Well, the microphone's completely blocking it, but slides there. Yeah, that one right there.
The gold.
Okay.
And that's why we do the Lewis cam.
Yes, exactly right. We'll get him there. Okay, so
real quick before we hop in,
please, Hamby, jump in.
I watched multiple soccer videos yesterday.
Oh,
just videos?
Go on.
Top 10 touches of all time popped up on my Twitter timeline, and it was I watched all 10 of them. It was like Iniesta on there and Zinedine Zidane on there.
So it was the GOATs. It was the GOATs is what you were saying.
It was just top 10 touches. So not to go anywhere.
Not necessarily goals.
Most of them led to goals, but not necessarily. I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew that I watched. It's probably spent 4 or 5 minutes yesterday watching soccer.
Wait, was this on YouTube or did this come up on
This was just on my timeline. It was a thread of the top 10.
And you took it all in. I'm glad. Is this your way of trying to learn slowly?
I wouldn't say.
Come on.
There's a joke in there about that title coming up in your search history. Just throwing that out there, by the way.
There's a what now?
There's a joke in there about top touches showing up randomly in your search history, but I'm just gonna let that
wasn't
roll.
that, buddy?
It came on the feed. It just came up on the feed.
Hey, man, the feed is wild. Say that.
It is.
The feed is wild. But that's good, Hamby. That's good. Maybe we'll get you watching a game here soon. We'll get you locked in. I don't know. It's football season, right? Yeah.
Right.
Maybe next year. We gotta get Hamby out to one of these games.
It's gotta happen.
Get him in section 904. We can get a Hamby
That
cam
would
going.
be good. Now that,
Get me set up with some drums. I'll do it.
Right. They got the drums out there. We could do that. Okay, next year. That's the goal.
All right.
Hamby cam at one of the games in section 904. And we do have the little handheld camera that we've used this past season on Action Sports Jacks.
I love that.
We did too. We really enjoyed kind of figuring out the production side of things for the game. Here, a little behind the business. At the beginning of the year, the game plan was to have the cameras in the nets, so you could see the goal coming in that way. I think the first one, like 5 minutes into a game, it got like rattled off of it, and then it was completely useless because you can't go and fix it during the play. So we tried to fix it at half, and it fell off again in the second half. Eventually, we pivoted to having an in-the-booth camera, which, not upset about that. And 2, having the little handheld camera by our field producer down at midfield to kind of get those shots of the huddles and the post-match celebration. And so I was very happy with how that evolved over the course of the year. So we really enjoyed that. All right, let's go ahead and take you into the past. Set us up here, Lou, as we go for a little This Week in Armada history.
Yeah, this happened the day after we recorded Fleet Footy, so it would have been July 18th, 2015.
So that still counts for this week.
Yeah, right?
Because it's within 7 days.
Okay. I was trying to pull it, so I was right.
It works. It works.
Now, U23 head coach Tommy Krasanovic scores in the 54th minute against the famous New York Cosmos to win the matchup 1-0 at what was it called back then? Community First Field?
If you just call it the baseball grounds at Jacksonville.
The baseball grounds at Jacksonville in front of 8,000 fans.
Nice. 8,000 fans. I did see the Mark First TIFO.
Yes.
Fun fact, I just interviewed Mark First last week for the Cup Date, talking some NASCAR.
Yes, watch it. Very good episode.
Shout out Seabest Seafood,
but after
sponsoring
this,
the 10
after
car.
this.
Yeah, after you watch us here. I always love the celebrations. Yeah, there it is in the background. Section 904, right there in the background, out in the old right field seats. But Tommy Krasanovic, just was such a cool moment for him to be the hometown kid and to be able to score against a
Dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphin.
I don't know which way.
And a Ram. You got a Ram one? Okay, we'll go with that. It's fine.
It's kind of like buffalo, deer.
I don't know. Ask Tommy K if there's an Englewood hand signal or something of the sort.
It's a gorgeous assist.
It was a great assist. Yeah.
Pink.
I mean, he was set up perfectly. You see some of the challenges of playing in that stadium, right? That corner flag. You see behind you there the infield.
And it's funny, if you watch NYCFC's games, they play in Yankee Stadium, and it looks just like this. It's just as teeny tiny.
It's a tiny field. It's squeezed into the confines.
They play at Yankee Stadium?
They do.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they get kicked out, and they got to go to Citi Field.
Are there any other professional teams that play it?
So the Red Bulls, the New York Red Bulls, who play in New Jersey, in Harrison, New Jersey, they have their own stadium, soccer-specific, and NYCFC is going to be building their new soccer-specific stadium in Queens next to City Park. So they'll have one very soon.
I know for a while there was a few teams in the USL that were still in baseball, like Louisville did, I think, at one point.
Louisville has their own stadium now.
They do now?
Nice new stadium.
I know at one point they played at one of the baseball stadiums.
The Rowdies, old stadium.
That's different though, because that's a converted stadium.
Al Lang.
Yeah, Al Lang Stadium used to be a baseball stadium in Tampa, converted into a soccer facility. Certainly. What was it? Thinking of the one that we just saw on the feed from New Orleans. That was cool. That was like a football track and field facility that is now used for soccer.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the New York Cosmos moving into old Hinchcliffe Stadium in New Jersey, Stuart. The Cosmos are being reimagined.
Yeah, we were
again.
We were mentioning this beforehand. What league are they?
Cosmos is a league killer at this point. Do not let the Cosmos join your league.
1,000% yes.
League USL League One.
Oh, so they're actually trying to go into the USL 1, huh?
but not even like the champ. Not even like.
Oh
the
yeah.
You know, the logo is nice. They didn't mess with it too much. They kind of still kept the old NASL ball, and we'll talk a little bit about NASL when we look at some old MLS jerseys or some new MLS jerseys, looking back at the past. But yeah, the whole New York Cosmos thing is super interesting. This third iteration.
Oh, I see. They got like the
of the
star and the
Cosmos.
single star in the middle.
Yeah, they got rid of some stars, cleaned it up.
Oh, so they dropped New York, by the way. They're just Cosmos
Oh my gosh, I
because
did
they're
not
in
know
New
that.
Jersey.
They didn't want to do like New York, New Jersey Cosmos. Like
That's awful.
the Gotham do it in. I guess sometimes they just go by Gotham FC. In the NWSL.
That's what Batman plays on?
Yeah,
Or I guess.
Batman, Robin,
Okay.
Joker.
So the Cosmos are back. I don't know. I need to see it. I don't know. It's just kind of it's trying to play off of, this historic brand, this great brand, really from the 70s and early 80s in the original NASL, and Pele.
Beckenbauer, a couple,
Everyone's just going to say Pele.
couple guys.
Is Pele, does he have any surviving relatives that can play on this new team?
I don't think so.
No? I bet he does.
I mean, theoretically.
I don't know. You could find some if you wanted to.
You got to make a big splash. We'll see what happens. with them.
Yeah. All right. So the Cosmos, Tommy K, shout out coach Tommy Kruzanovic for scoring a goal against the Cosmos. That was a long time ago.
We'll have on the show very soon.
What were you doing, by the way, in that match? Were you there?
I was.
Where were you sitting?
GA, general, like the side.
Yeah.
Although for one game, for one Armada match, there used to be those seats on the other side of the field. I don't know if you remember. They used to just put out those random. It was like
random bleachers, or not bleachers. There's like 3 rows of seats on field level.
And so I did get to enjoy a match there one time, which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
But that's about the only special place that I sat.
But now you watch them from the field.
Wow. I watched them in the booth
You
with my favorite guy. Stuart
Well,
Webber.
yeah, but like the road game, you got to go from the field
Yes.
against the Jesters. That was fun.
It's a different feeling when you're in the baseball stadium, though. It's such a weird setup.
Brother, you don't have to tell me about that. Because I called the game from the radio broadcast booth for that one. And that is obviously, Hamby, if you can imagine, behind home plate.
It's
a weird angle.
Yeah, man.
I had to get binoculars for corner kicks on the opposite side,
I bet.
all the way over there in center field. It was rough. That was a challenge. But I don't know. I preferred that to watching it on a monitor for all the road games that we did. We used to call all those games off of a video monitor for all the road games.
Well, I had to do that for JU. I got to call games.
It's challenging. From the
lacrosse stadium.
Well, yeah, we did that last summer.
Oh,
We
I
did
guess
that.
so. You've had experience now doing that.
Oh, yeah. The worst one was, I probably told this story before, but we played the Atlanta team, the Silverbacks. And like 5 minutes before the game is supposed to start, the video feed goes out. And it comes back in 8 minutes into the game, and we're down 1-0.
Oh, perfect.
And we just been kind of filling time. And
What were you looking at, like live stats or something? Or?
no, we didn't have anything to look at.
Oh.
Like the feed went down. It was the NASL. You think we had live stats in that one?
You never know. So,
We did not.
Sometimes we get the live betting stats.
We didn't have anything back then. We had nothing back then. And so we were just kind of like, oh, well, some big things to talk about. Let's talk about the next big storyline for today's matchup. And then the video finally pops up, and we're like, all right, we're in the 9th minute. Atlanta leads 1-0. And it's just like, and then we just kept going just to try to make up for it. And it was, I don't know, you just had to kind of roll with the punches a little bit. That's how that went.
Silverbacks. Such a good name. Such
Yeah.
a good name.
It's wild because, like, Atlanta did not support that team. And yet, then they get an MLS team, and they get 60,000 people at Mercedes-Benz.
It's impressive what they do now.
But, like, this, professional Division II team in the Silverbacks was getting nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of the same with, like, I don't know how well the formerly Gwinnett, now Atlanta Gladiators do. They play in the same league as the Icemen for hockey. I don't know how well they do, but, like,
Gosh, I imagine they would have to do pretty well. The Icemen do very well. The Icemen.
the Icemen are an anomaly in that league. They've led the league in attendance now for a few years
How
in a
does
row.
the Savannah team get on now? all right with attendance,
I'm not sure. I know it's owned by the same people that
Yes.
own the Icemen.
Yeah.
It's the same group. So they saw that it worked here in Jacksonville. They said, oh, let's try it in Savannah with the Ghost Pirates.
Fantastic name once again.
It's a good name.
There's
yes.
there's a new team called the Gargoyles joining that league. I don't know if you knew that. Charleston Gargoyles, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Awesome name as well, I think.
You're probably a little too Savannah 5th in the league in attendance
There you go.
last year, 7,485 a game.
Wow, in a brand new arena.
Jacksonville by over 1,000 more than the second place team with 9,200.
Oh,
That's right.
Jacksonville on top.
Shout out Andy Kaufman and the whole team over there with the Icemen.
Love it.
Fort Wayne Comets, Toledo Walleye, and Tulsa Oilers, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Solid.
And then it was Florida teams. So the Gargoyles, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We won't talk too much more about that because it's a soccer show. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk some more soccer. We're going to take a quick break as we have stretched out this first segment way too long, just talking about absolutely nothing. But that's kind of what we do sometimes. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the Women's Euros. We'll review the semifinals, take a look at the championship match. Obviously, you know who Lewis is pulling for. We know who Nathan Walter, team president, is pulling for. It's not the team that Lewis is pulling for. We'll talk some summer transfer windows, most expensive transfers.
So far this summer, yes.
So far? Yeah.
Top 10. Got a couple top 10 lists today, actually.
You have multiple top 10 lists in today's show.
Big list guy.
Summer show. Season's over. Haven't started the Premier League season yet.
It's coming.
Here we are. By the way, we would love your comments in chat. So please chime in. Tell us your opinions on these lists that Lou puts together. And we'll do all that coming up next right here on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home. Headed on, here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net. After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Campion Law will fight for you till the bitter end. We suffered several injuries along with the car being totaled. They checked on us literally almost every day for the next 2 weeks, just making sure, are you okay? Do you need anything? Even Chris was texting us, like, what can we get you? Campion cares.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Sponsored by a live credit union.
Welcome back to Fleet and Footy, and we're taking a look at the winners advancing to the championship match of the Women's Euro. England first, and then España. Oh, they've got the badge on there. Is that the Euro badge that they're wearing?
So the Euro badge is on the side. Is on the sleeve.
How many badges did that jersey have for them?
And then this is England winning the Euros 4 years ago against Spain in the final.
Now, does England... Okay, so England, look how clean that looks. Look at how clean, Lou. There's nothing central on there.
I just want you to know every
Nike,
single one of those women
England,
want that badge.
And then one on
in
the side.
middle.
Look at this. What is this, a NASCAR team?
It's fantastic.
How many badges are there?
You would hate Liga MX, Stan. Have you ever seen a Liga MX
I have.
jersey?
It's awful. But look, there's one on each sleeve, a second one on the other sleeve.
Okay, both sleeves is egregious, but that was you being... You're a sleeve guy. You're a sleeve guy. Put on the sleeve.
What were all the badges that they had on? Can you tell me that?
I'm pretty sure it was the Federation badge, right? The regular badge. You got the Adidas, then you got the World Cup champ, and then on both sides it looks like they made them put the women's Euro badges
is that the same,
on the side.
It looks like two different ones.
Okay, and then
women's Euro on the right.
And then you see that little one. I think that was like UEFA Foundation, which UEFA puts on all their tournament jerseys, which is, that's like for the kids or something. That's like the
one on the left at the bottom. What's the one above it?
That's
because it's different. It's different from the other one.
The big one is the women's Euro one, right?
That's the one on the right sleeve. What's the big one on the left sleeve?
It's the same.
Both?
It's the same.
They look different.
It's the same.
Okay.
And then that little one's like UEFA Foundation, like for the children or something.
I think that's their official motto.
For the children.
For the children or something.
Oh, or something.
Or something, I believe, is the official way that's put together. All right, so let's handicap this thing. What do you think? Who do you got?
I mean, I've got Spain. They haven't really been tested up until this last round. They kind of dominated in every game. Germany took them all the way, but Spain had their opportunities, didn't put them away until really late. Ballon d'Or winner Anita Bonmatí scores off a beautiful turn and finish. England get it done the day before against Italy. Italy leading that game all the way up until extra time.
Those goals were wild. 90 plus 6 in regulation, and then 1/19th in added extra time.
Yep, so they save it from going to PKs, save the stress, and now we get a final between a rematch of the 2022 women's or 2021 women's Euros, England versus Spain. England versus Spain. And I think my prediction, let's do some predictions because my prediction was right before.
Please.
I'm going to go with 3-1 Spain. I'm going to say it's 1-1 tied up on the first 90. They go into extra time and game blows open for Spain 3-1. Because I never liked the 2-1. 2-1, it feels like everyone says 2-1. It's such an easy one.
Give me England to win it 2-1.
This guy's such a contrarian, huh?
2-1.
This guy is great.
For England.
I shouldn't have said anything, Hambone. I mean, you work with this guy a lot. I know you probably avoid things like that.
2-1.
He's just too quick for me.
In regulation. It's only going to take 90.
This is going to be good. We'll see.
By the way, you know where to watch that?
Right here on Fox 30, CBS 47.
No, you could stop.
Just Fox 30.
2 different channels.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both us, but only one of them will host
one
the
is
game.
Fox. Only
generally
one.
How that works.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Fox 30, Sunday at noon. We'll see you there. So that'll be a good one. England and Spain on Action News Jack. So be sure to tune in. You said it. It is Spain who is favored by the odds makers at -130 on the line.
Okay.
Over under 2.5. We're both taking the over.
Over. Wow.
Yeah. They're expecting a tighter game, I guess. A 1-0, 2-0 type of affair.
Battle.
So if that's 1-1 and then goes to penalty kicks, does the under hit?
I think you're betting on that first 90.
Is it just the 90?
It
wouldn't be the 120?
I don't know.
I haven't done much soccer betting.
I'm not allowed to.
You shouldn't.
I'm not allowed to.
Yeah. We need Casey Kurtz in here to help us figure this one out. I feel like he would know the answer from his time for the Bulgarian League.
The Bulgarian Premier League.
Whatever it was that had him charting stats for us at an Armada match back in the day.
He was up in the booth. He hung out with us. He was a chill guy.
It was. By the way, for anyone who was watching the first part of the show, it is the Greensboro Gargoyles. Who are joining the Icemen in the ECHL, not in their division, but they will play Jacksonville a few times over the course of the season. So, cool logo. Shout out Greensboro Gargoyles for some reason. For fun.
We get our good shout outs here.
We do enjoy a good shout out here. So, Sunday we'll be watching that one. Unfortunately, the Dutch didn't make it out of group stage play. They had the group of death.
I know.
It's a tough group to get out of with England, France, took care of Wales. Sorry, Goffey, but did not handle the other two matches very well. So, alas, that's just the way it goes. Speaking of Europe, we're talking about the transfer window, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because that has been ongoing.
Yeah, a lot of these are
last
from
couple
Europe.
Months, and
bar one actually, which is interesting.
All right,
we'll talk about that.
As the season starts in like a couple weeks. It's bananas. It's here before you know it. It is such a long season.
Yeah, it's been interesting because some of these guys you're seeing have already, appeared because of Club World Cup games and so on and so forth. That first guy, Danny Heisen, Bournemouth to Real Madrid. You've seen him in the Club World Cup now. Went for $50 million. Now at number 10, Anthony Elanga, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United, $52 million. Just the transfer fees now, because not only are you paying this transfer fee, then you have to pay them weekly. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so Hamby, that number has nothing to do with the contract of the player.
It's just
that's just the fee?
The fee to take that player from the other team.
Think about like the posting fee for a Japanese player in the major leagues.
Okay, yeah.
Same concept.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mohamed Kudu moves from West Ham to Tottenham, so rivals do some dealings there for $55 million.
You don't see that very often.
No, not at all.
No.
Joao Pedro, who we've seen tear it up for Chelsea in the Club World Cup. Yeah.
He gets an extra badge on his jersey this year.
Yeah, gets an extra one right in the middle for Stuart. This is the most interesting one I think of the whole lineup right here is Matteo Retegui. Now, young Italian star, he finished with 25 goals last season in Serie A for Inter Milan, going to Al Qadiza of Saudi Arabia, Stuart's hometown team, for $56.3 million.
Birth country team, if you want to do it that way. And that's not even the city. It would be Al Huwailad, if you want to be specific.
But multiple teams were coming after this player, and he ends up going and picking Saudi Arabia.
Did he pick Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
He got to decide on that transfer?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Like multiple teams are, coming at him. He gets to decide. It's not really like a forced thing. It's not really like an NFL kind of a thing where it's like feels like it's more forced or like an NBA thing.
Well, certain players have like no trade clauses or they have to make the approval clauses in their contracts. I wonder how that works for these guys.
I'm sure I think a lot of the players usually have the power, I think, in soccer. Zubamendi goes
because then they have to go and coordinate their contract once the transfer fee is even done with, right?
Yeah.
So,
Zubamendi, who is a Euros finalist, didn't quite win with the other. Did Spain win the Euros? No, he didn't win with them. Real Sociedad to Arsenal, $60 million. Sorry.
Had to reset the system there in the loose.
Mateus Cunha from Wolves to Manchester United, $62 million, coming in at number 4. Brian Mbeumo from Brentford to Manchester United, following his head coach for $65 million, could rise to $71 million. I think that's the most interesting one of the week.
This is big money, Hamby.
Because it's
toss around $60 million just to sign a player.
Hugo Ekitike goes from Frankfurt to Liverpool for $79 million, and Florian Wirtz goes from Bayern Leverkusen to Liverpool, $100 million, rising to $116 million with incentives and so on and so forth.
Worth noting, by the way, the Nippon Ham Fighters got $20 million posting fee for Shohei Ohtani. $20 million for the best baseball player going right now.
Yeah. Sell-on clauses and stuff. It happens in...
And these guys, not all these guys are going to be superstars here.
We'll see. A lot of...
You're taking some risks, man.
It definitely happens. And now you're taking more risks than ever with the money on the line with these transfer fees. Because not only are you paying them weekly wages, but you got to drop $100 million just to get the guy on your roster.
Now, some of these leagues, you're also running into like financial restrictions and things that they have to Like I keep seeing all these stories about da-da-da-da team can't compete in this tournament because they didn't meet the financial guidelines type stuff. Is there a lot of that going on?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of, the investigations of, how these teams are putting together their sponsorship money and certain things like that. And that is how they're paying these players, is through, back-end deals. And they're showing that they're making more money than they don't have.
They got booster clubs over there. It's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
They got to give a call to some SEC institutions if they want to learn about how to do this right.
Some NIL deals.
You can really learn. You can learn a thing or two from the folks in Tuscaloosa. Just throwing that out there. If you're in Napoli or somewhere and you want to figure out how to balance your books, give a call to some RTR boosters out there in Tuscaloosa. They'll set you straight.
Yeah, Leon is going through it right now.
Okay.
With American owner John.
The one in Orlando.
John Texter. What?
Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Club de Leon.
Club de Leon.
No, different Leon.
Yeah. So it's happening. It definitely is happening.
Yeah.
Financial restrictions and certain things like that.
All right, let's get another top 10 list. I want to go through your World League power rankings.
So this is what I kind of wanted to be a little bit more controversial here.
I like this. I like to hear your hot takes.
Yeah, it's we're just now coming out of the Club World Cup.
Yep.
Thought it would be a good time to rank these, and this is objectively, this is just Lewis watching soccer.
I'm gonna pull up the actual rankings because there is an actual ranking system.
There is
that
Opta
ranks these leagues.
Opta puts it out, and that's usually the one that everyone looks at for the definitive list. You'll definitely see some differences between mine and Opta's. I've got the English Premier League at number 1. I just feel like there's not really any denying that. The top is really good, but the entire table, I would say, top 15 in the Premier League is
I got clubs. I'm trying to find a league ranking. I'm going to find a league ranking.
I got La Liga too. I know you got the big 3, but you see a lot of these La Liga teams winning these secondary quote-unquote tournaments, Europa League, Europa Conference League. But obviously you have Real Madrid, the 16-time
I found your Opta list.
UEFA champions. Okay. Bundesliga, I got at 3, and you could make the argument with me that you could have Italy above them. I think Italy's top teams are really, really good, but you consistently see Bayern Munich and Bayern Leverkusen, these teams pop up and make really deep runs in Europe. I think Ligue 1 it's got to be 5. This league kind of continues to falter ever since the stars
so it should be
left.
Ligue 5.
Ligue 5. Ligue 2. Ligue 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, man. You don't know.
19.
Yeah. There we go. That's 19.
Yep.
You just skipped a couple.
Yep.
Okay.
Portuguese Premier Liga, I got at 6.
Okay.
And really, they didn't have too many great performances in the Club World Cup. You could have argued that Brazil should maybe be above them after how well their teams did.
Yeah.
I got the Eredivisie in 8.
Appreciate you putting us in the top 10 there.
I've got Argentina in 9.
Although really it's PSV and Ajax.
Yeah, you got Go Ahead Eagles. You got my boys.
Okay.
And then I got Major League Soccer sneaking into the top 10. And you could argue with me that maybe Liga MX is above that.
So really 9 and 10 is you homering up here and throwing your boys in there.
Well, I would say that
now so looking at the Opta rankings.
In the Western Hemisphere, you're going to say Brazil is definitely the best league.
See, but like this ranking,
and then Argentina.
The ranking I'm looking at is like only taking into account the top 10 teams in each league, which I feel like doesn't create a here we go. Hang on. League average. There we go. I found the right one. Okay. So Opta top 10.
Okay.
Ready?
Read it to me.
Compare and contrast to lose rankings. England, number 1 by far. Italy at number 2, although they're kind of they have the same rating as Spain.
Okay.
So they're kind of tied there. Germany in 4. So you got your top 4 all together there. 5, France.
Okay.
6, the championship.
Oh,
so they're putting the second.
Stop.
They're putting the second tier English league.
No. I hate this argument.
Second tier English league
and I've heard this before. I can't. I don't want to start this.
So you don't think that they have a high enough quality in that second league to be better than the first league in, say, the Netherlands? No.
I think that probably rivals it, but I don't know. The same argument.
You think MLS has a higher quality than the English Championship League, which is the second tier in England for those?
I mean,
unaccustomed.
You take some of these MLS rosters, and you saw what was happening in the Club World Cup. These MLS teams didn't back down. Seattle only lost to PSG, champions of Europe, 2-0. You got Inter Miami beating Porto, perennial champions of Portugal, back to back to back.
If you put the best team in the MLS into the English Championship League, do they finish top 6? Top 6 being the ones that have a chance to get moved up to the Premier League. Shouldn't that determine whether or not
you're telling me,
it works in the ranking?
Inter Miami can't beat Derby County. Like Messi, Suarez, and friends can't do that. Like
Miami, objectively one of the best teams in MLS.
But I
do you
would
think they could finish top 6 in the championship?
Sure, I would say yes.
Okay,
I would say yes. Seattle,
season
Columbus,
ticket holder at Miami.
No, Seattle,
just throwing it out there.
Columbus,
okay,
LAFC.
Yeah,
I would have said LA Galaxy before this season, but not LA Galaxy.
All right, I'll finish my thought here. Championship 6th.
Okay.
Belgium 7.
Belgium.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't know about that one.
Portugal 8. Brazil 9.
Okay.
The Dutch 10. Argentina 11. MLS 12. Liga MX 13.
Okay.
Followed by the Japanese J1 League.
Yep.
Saw one of those matches.
Yep.
Shout out. FC Tokyo. Then Croatia, Poland, Danish, the Denmark League, and then Italian Serie B.
Wow, they really don't rate Liga MX.
Below MLS. They have the same rating, so you could say tied for 12th or whatever I said it was. All right. Okay. So there's your power rankings. Love a good ranking. Love a good Lou rank. Works for me. Good stuff there. Let's talk about the MLS. We just talked about how they stack up, you think, favorably against the English Championship. Transfer rumors. So the window opens today.
Yes.
I hope they didn't have the AC on.
Yes, it opens today.
That's an AC joke for you.
Once again, we talk about these roster restrictions on different leagues. MLS is that much more different, where there's a cap that we always mention. If you pay a certain transfer fee for a player, you have to make them a DP, which is a designated player, which means you can pay them a certain amount.
All right, you got some video, some rumor video here. Give me an idea of who you're seeing as our big rumors right now when it comes to possibly being linked to the MLS. And Hamby, if you can pull up the rumor vid.
Yeah, you got Georgios.
All right, what do we got?
Yakamakis, who's currently playing in Cruz Azul.
It's a good name.
He's Greek. Played some time at Celtic before joining Atlanta United, then making the move over to Cruz Azul. Then you got Wissam Abu Ali, just played Club World Cup games against Inter Miami and Porto for Al Ali. Is their number 9. He's been fantastic this year in the Egyptian Premier League. Really tall striker. Could be added to the crew in the coming weeks.
Okay.
You got Rodrigo de Paul to Inter Miami, and this has already kind of been confirmed. It looks like Inter Miami is going to pay $15 million to bring him over here to the States on a 4-year deal.
Is Beckham footing that money?
Yeah,
dropping $15 million.
I looks like I'm footing some of that money this year, Stuart.
Yes, you are.
And I think you got
paying $12 for a hot dog.
The biggest rumor of a choripan. They have the choripan in the stadium.
Okay, how much is it?
Like $12.
Okay. All right.
And then you got
hot dog.
I eat it before. I eat before in Miami.
Good man.
Come on,
Smart.
And then I think this is the biggest rumor of them all. LAFC was just mentioned to be contacting Heung-min Son, who now is 35 years old, the Tottenham captain and winger.
He's got a couple years left in him. That's prime MLS years. All right, we got some chat. What do we got? Inter Miami would never survive the championship schedule. Thank you, Ian. I knew there'd be some backup for me in the chat.
I would be interested to see at the end of the year, how many games Inter Miami played this season, because it's going to be quite a lot compared to the other MLS
Are
teams.
you going to get exposed like who was the one coach who had the press conference complaining about his team playing too many games, and then the reporter's like, well, actually, the team that you're playing this week has played 7 more games in the last year.
I think that was the Chelsea. I think that was the Chelsea head coach complaining about that. And look, they go on to win the whole thing, That's how that works. Nathan argues with me about the MLS championship thing. I think MLS and the championship might as well be like neck and neck. At this point, it's from top to bottom. There's a reason why MLS has this whole parity thing. There's a reason why we have the cap. It's so there's kind of this parity in the league, and I think it's done well to build up the league, but I think you got to let that loose soon. As we see what these teams are spending in Europe at the other top 10 list, $100 million for, the best of the best. But yeah, I mean, the championship doesn't have a top 15 midfielder like Rodrigo de Paul joining their league.
So I'll ask you this.
I don't know.
This is, let's get theoretical here. Should the MLS spend more time being like an American sports league or more time like every global soccer league going on in the world? What I mean by that is, should they go away from this idea of parity? Because look, global soccer does not care about parity. It's survival of the fittest. Yes. It's survival of the pocketbook in some cases, where whoever has the money can pay and get the players, and that's how you're going to survive. Should they go more towards that style of league management versus what they currently have, which is, you have a draft, you've got a salary cap, you got all these things, you've got these restrictions that prevent you from building your super team the way you want to. Which way does Louis Llerandi, noted MLS supporter and season ticket holder, where would you like to see that league go?
I hate to do this, but I think that there's a happy medium between the two. There really is. I hate to be the fence guy.
Do you see a fence in the studio, Hamby?
I hate to be the fence guy.
I see it.
It's right underneath Lewis. I think you got to get off that fence, friend.
No, I do believe that there's.
Which one more so? Then, if you're talking about a happy medium, which way would you lean as you sit on that fence of yours?
Then I lean towards you keep the salary cap, but it's got to be, you have to redo a lot of these inside rules. The draft is not necessary anymore. I think we've seen that. It's been proven that it works. Sometimes it works, but you get to that top 10 players, and there's not much going on. Those guys have already been signed. If they're not playing college soccer already. I think things like the All-Star Game, like we'll touch on, that maybe isn't necessary, but it's fun and American, I think that there's definitely a way. You increase the salary cap. You don't have these restrictions on DPs, and maybe you go towards like an NFL, NBA kind of a style where the cap is big and you're able to hit that. There might be a max, but there maybe should be a minimum to where now these MLS owners are having to invest that much more, and you don't see these teams like Montreal this season just rotting at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comparing it to other professional leagues within the United States, right now it is the most like the MLB. In the way that you can have a have and a have not. You have a draft, but all your drafted players are essentially going to your farm system. Like very, very, very few, if any, of these guys who get drafted go right to the first team. Right?
I would say that's what I'm saying. Usually those top 10 draft picks get that contract to that first team and sign, might make some appearances, but you don't see it very often.
They're still going to the MLS Next Pro team.
Yeah, it's usually happening like that now because you have the leeway, just like you're saying, to be able to push them down to the minor league and hope that develops into something.
Okay. You mentioned the All-Star Game. Let's touch on that All-Star Game before we go to break, and then we'll continue with a little more MLS talk after that. All-Star Game, it happened. What was it like? Obviously, they beat Liga MX.
Yep.
Got a win without the best player in the league.
Yeah, Jordi Alba and Messi skip out on the All-Star Game, but MLS still gets it done. 3-1 goals from Sam Surridge, who's the joint top goal scorer in MLS with Messi. Ty Bariba, who's been killing it this summer for Philadelphia. And Brian White, the man who we can't stop mentioning on this show, continues to score. And actually for Liga MX, the young, I believe he is 16 years old, Mora, scores an absolute banger in the 64th minute. One of the more exciting prospects coming out of Mexico, but I think it was a fantastic display of, like you said, this American soccer culture. You had Matthew McConaughey, co-owner of Austin FC, doing voiceovers for commercials. You had iShowSpeed in the building, doing the skills challenge and being on the sideline at the MLS All-Star Game.
Less intriguing to me than McConaughey, but go on.
Yeah, but there's a difference to this league for sure, and here's MLS and Liga MX teaming up.
Shout out to the
again.
logo on the chest. It's the Old Spice logo.
Yeah.
That is featured prominently here on the.
It used to be
on the
sponsored
jersey.
by Target for years and years and
Okay.
years. The MLS All-Star Game.
Gotcha.
But they've already announced Charlotte for next season. We've got a couple more new stadiums joining MLS soon, Miami and New York. So I'm sure those will be the next destinations. But I just think this is a really fun way to display the league and, make some extra money, I guess.
Definitely made some extra money. By the way, we're team badges on the sleeve. I don't know. I kind of liked Hamby. MLB went back to it this year, right? Where players wore their team jerseys, right?
Yes, correct.
I like that. Now it's hard to pull off in soccer. I completely get that because you're all on the field. It's not baseball.
And then you
where
can't sell the jerseys, Stuart.
I know you and your okay. You and your jerseys. Okay, so the big talking point though from the All-Star Game, everybody is. I don't know. Are people upset?
I think people are upset because if you do watch MLS and
If you paid for a ticket saying this All-Star Game and everybody's promoting obviously Messi and Alba, and mostly Messi, would you be how upset would you be if he's not even there? For me personally, I'm okay with him not playing because look, they play enough games. They don't have an English Premier League All-Star Game in the middle of the season. They don't have that in any other soccer league on the planet that I know of. Maybe you can tell me on the weird soccer story of the week next week. Mexico does.
I think it happens.
obviously, I
K
guess.
League does it. J League does it.
Okay.
The A League does it.
Only ones with letters in their
Yeah.
names. Okay. But doesn't even show up to Austin.
Yeah. Had
At least show up. Like at the MLB All-Star Game, you'll have some of those guys who show up, make an appearance, sign some autographs and take some pictures, hang out with the kids.
Yeah. Inter Miami's had that schedule congestion just because they did play that Club World Cup. So I think this was just their way of saying, big middle finger to MLS, being like, we can do this. And the rule,
And now they get an extra day off.
well, the rule is that they're going to be suspended. Now, we'll see if Don Garber and co. decide to follow through on this one, because you're going to upset your
One more game
your
where people
star.
bought tickets that they wanted to go and see them play in. I don't know. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got one more break to get in here, but when we come back, we got your power rankings, your
Yeah.
takeaways,
We got some jersey talk.
and I want to talk some jerseys. We got some throwback jerseys. Plus, as always, here we go. Sorry. Before that, is this a young Lou shirtless, right?
This is shirtless young Lewis, as you can
Okay,
see there
yep.
on the right. On the left in that multi-tricolored sweatshirt is Chad Ochocinco Johnson. He's holding up the jersey. I don't know if you can see there. It's
I
an
see the
85 and it says
I see a
Cinco.
CO.
So it says Ochocinco on it. That's a Boca Raton FC jersey. He had a couple appearances for them in the UPSL. So I happened to get his jersey just a couple months prior without knowing that he was going to be a judge on the All-Star Skills Challenge. I ended up watching the All-Star Skills Challenge. Honestly, it was the first iteration, and I think the best iteration of it. It was really fun. Atletico Madrid was the away team in this matchup.
Okay.
And I happened to be by the tunnel where all the players were coming in, and everyone wanted player autographs, and these guys and that guy, and I had my Ocho Cinco jersey up there, and he came straight over to me and thought it was the coolest thing ever. Now I have this Ocho Cinco, probably one of one Boca Raton FC signed jersey. I can't imagine there's many people out there who's got that, but that was in, I believe, 2018 when Orlando hosted the MLS All-Star Game.
One of one. That's the best kind of memorabilia right there. And it's a great story on Fleet and Footy. All right, we got your some more jersey talk and your league takeaways, and of course, the weird soccer story of the week. That's all coming up next, right here on Fleet and Footy. Stay with us. We got the home stretch coming up on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
All right, welcome back to Fleet and Footy. Stuart Webber here along with Louis Llerandi and Big Lou. Give me a favorite. What do you got here? We got some MLS throwback jerseys, a.k.a. more ways to make money.
Yeah, I have not bought any of these yet. But if
Keyword in that sentence?
If I did, it got to be that Seattle
Yeah.
Sounders Orca jersey. I love that. And also the Crew logo with the old Columbus Crew with the 3 guys. Oh, I love that logo as well. Love that logo.
What's the one with the lightning bolts here?
The Clash, San Jose Clash.
Okay. I don't remember the
with
Clash.
Scorpion. Which one you got, Stuart? Which one you got?
My
My least favorites are the 2 newest teams, Charlotte FC and Nashville, honestly.
yeah.
The old school
Charlotte
teams
looks
did it
like
better.
a Seattle jersey with the colors. I like the script for Minnesota there with the loons.
The Loons.
Kind of looks like a core script.
Shout out.
So almost like one letter off. I don't know. I'm going the Clash. I like funky. Give me funky.
All right.
All right, Lou. We got your takeaways.
Yeah, there's been some funky things going on.
So
in
the
MLS.
GOAT is grazing, you say?
Yeah, he's been absolutely tearing up. 6 braces in the last 7 games.
You figured he'd have to wear 6 of them with how old he is.
Yeah, he's getting there. Top teams in the West tie.
He's taking the All-Star game off.
San Diego and Vancouver, Whitecaps, 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Columbus is still sneaky strong. Just wait till they get through the summer. They'll have some better players in their attack. Oh, that was wrong. It's okay. Orlando takes Charlotte's crown. Was supposed to be something else.
Oh.
And there's a fire sale in Montreal.
I figured that'd be in Chicago.
They keep selling their players with no backups other than their youngsters. It takes us into the rankings.
Okay.
Not a lot has changed. I have the Ohio teams, 2 out of the 2 of them in the top 3. Philly, I think, is really, really strong. San Diego still in that top 5 for me. Los
They lose
Angeles,
a spot, but they're getting a NASCAR street course on the Navy base next year. That's exciting.
on the Armada base. And the Los Angeles Football Club make their way back in after a convincing win. Denny Bouanga is just so fun to watch.
All right, that's some good work on your part. Just tearing through those things.
I'm sorry, Hamby in my ear. He's stressing me out.
This is called quality television streaming podcast show. I don't know. All right, we got a minute left, so let's do it. Let's get to your weird soccer story of the week. What you got, Lewis? Let's play the video.
This comes out of Happon, Japan.
Okay.
I want to say his name right.
Miura Kazuyoshi.
Kazuyoshi Miura is 58 and the world's oldest pro footballer. The substitute appeared for Atletico Suzuka in Japan's 4th tier. He made 40 seasons of pro football for King Kazu. He's an icon.
Okay.
55 goals at the
That's
international
going to make your
level.
top 10 touches
game.
list, Hamby. Love
Come
to see
on.
it.
Atta baby.
58 and getting after it is very awesome. So
He's a goat.
shout out to him and shout out to everybody for watching another edition of Fleet and Footy. We'll see you again next week right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network.